Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes, run up these likes. We are here early because there's evil afoot, champ. Evil is upon us, champ. We have real smoke in the air, champ. Fivio Foreign and 21 Savage are both threatening each other. This is a beautiful Friday. Ain't nothing like seeing two Negroes beefing, champ. This is beautiful, champ. Call it what you will. I'm happy to awaken to smoke, champ. All right, it must be a barbecue outside because this is a lot of smoke, gang. A lot of smoke. Fivio Foreign and 21 Savage are getting violent. I'm seeing threats. 21 Savage threatening Fivio Foreign, said he's gonna put 5 to his face. After this interview Fivio just did with Akademiks, where he's saying 21 Savage ain't street. Oh, champ. F the streets has turned violent. Oh, champ. Yeah. Early in the morning, gang. Make sure you hit these likes. Hit that like. Share the video. We're going to get into some madness. Fivio Foreign goes all in. Calls 21 Savage a non-street guy. Okay? Plus 21 Savage responds. Plus Fivio Foreign responds to 21 Savage responding to him. Yeah, we got all the content. Hit the like. Share the video. Let's get into this madness, shall we? We not gonna waste no time. Akademiks interview started the madness. Let's go.
Like Savage is a street nigga. Like Future, I look at him like he a bitch magnet.
What's making you think that Savage is a street nigga?
Okay, and seriously now, the same when you
said fuck the streets.
Okay, I think he said that because he loves stuff. Honestly, the same thing you've heard about, or well, not heard. Maybe you just know. All right, the same thing I've heard about Baby when it comes to niggas he be with and how they get down. Same thing I've heard about Savage. Same. Nobody play with him. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? Heard the same thing. That's why.
Future's the biggest.
No, well, musically, yeah, of course. He's a Jay-Z of Atlanta. Clearly. I think he's gonna drop 2 albums this year.
Why you think 21 Savage is a street nigga, bro?
He's just, bruh, stop it.
Street nigga where?
The foil nigga, just stop it. Bro.
In Atlanta?
You could only be a street nigga if where you from. Like, niggas in Montana don't know if you're a street nigga.
It's not true. It's not true.
Bro,
if you're a certain type of nigga, you a certain type of nigga everywhere, and your name and your arm is going to be able to stretch to certain different parts of the world.
No, it's
different states.
Savage one of them. Honestly, like I'm not saying on some instigating shit. I'm saying that
instigator.
No, it's not instigating because it's really. I feel like I've seen enough, and obviously I don't see a lot of shit, but like the shit that I hit, like I could tell. I've never really been around Baby, but everything I've heard about Baby and how he rolling niggas to get down with, I know how they're going, right? I'm telling you, I hear the same thing. If I was to talk about Atlanta, YSL used to be on that. Baby niggas on that. Savage niggas on that. Then there's a lot of other people. They always told me Migos was from Gwinnett, which I don't know what that means.
So how come 6ix9ine could diss 21 Savage so much?
Yeah, but he dissed New York nigga.
Fivi thinks because 6ix9ine is disrespecting him that he's not a street guy. Interesting, champ. Well, you're gonna see some violence soon. I want y'all to know that 21 Savage crashes out soon. All right, just keep watching. Look,
he's too. Like he be dissing New York niggas like he's going on stop.
Nah, but you saying this nigga's street nigga. Niggas don't play with him.
Yeah, but 6ix9ine wouldn't go to Atlanta and like go to, I don't know what club is popping in Atlanta. Just like he wouldn't come to, and I know he's gonna respond when he get out of jail and say I'm lying, but I don't think he would go to Starless and diss you every night for 1 week. No way. Right? Like that would be a stretch.
That would
right?
be crazy.
That would be crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't think he goes to Atlanta and disses, go to any poppin' Atlanta club and disses Savage there. You know what I mean?
Niggas is all cap. You understand? Niggas is cap, bro. Trust me.
Oh. So you just talk about 21 or you talk about all of Atlanta, champ. And actually, wait a minute. Now I know why Fivio Foreign is saying F 21 Savage, saying 21 Savage ain't street, and kind of low-key taking a shot of Atlanta. Do y'all remember when the club that Fivio Foreign was supposed to go to got clapped up because he was going there? Y'all remember that? I think it was the GDs that clapped up that club. Who remembers this? See, my memory bank is working, champ. The nigga Fivio Foreign was supposed to perform in Atlanta, and they clapped the club up before he got there because they thought he was dead. I think it was the GDs, because remember, they was yelling out GDK. All the Crip niggas in Brooklyn, including Pop Smoke at the time, was yelling out GDK. So I think the GDs ran down at the club in Atlanta and boomed the club. Or was it just Georgia in general? I believe it was Atlanta. The nigga Fivio Foreign was supposed to perform. Before he got there, they lit the club up. Club got blicked, gang. Yeah, GD niggas ran down because niggas was shouting out GDK. So when they heard Fivi was coming, they was trying to get Fivi up out of here. So this might be the reason why he's crashing on Atlanta low-key. Stino says he is doing the slut walk, champ. Salute to Tough Stino in the building. Yo, listen, he did do the slut walk, though, I ain't gonna lie. He did hold the sign up. He said, I am a 3042. Facts. Yes, champ. Let's continue. What else, champ?
Niggas is all cap. It's all show. It's all smoke.
I get it.
It's cap.
I feel like you know something I don't know, because I'm like, look kind of real to me. I don't know. Like, if you ask me now, I think Thug is living a good probation life, which he should. I've seen the.
I think Fivio Foreign is still tight at that situation where they tried to smoke him at the club. So 21 Savage responded, champs. 21 Savage crashed out on Fivi, champ. He did, yes. Yes, he did, champ. Let's get to that, champ. Smash the like. Share the video. Look at this, man.
Don't think because a nigga trying to change that, man. Y'all niggas sit down somewhere, man. Straight up. If your ass walk around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street. Straight up. If your ass 35 or older and you been trying to rap since you was goddamn 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. Y'all niggas keep talking about all that fuck the street shit. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage will slap the shit out one of y'all niggas in real life.
Oh, champ. Who you gonna clap? Who you gonna slap, champ? Who you gonna slap? We wanna see. Who you gonna put hands on, gang? We need to see. Are you gonna slap Fivio Foreign, champ? Oh, champ. We have New York on Atlanta violence here, champ. Yeah. We here for it. Listen, all the smoke. I'm here, champ. I'm tired of the kayfabe. I'm tired of seeing fake beef. I need real smoke, champ. Yes. I need real smoke. We can't have all these fake people making plays and all that. Nah, we need to see niggas get active, champ. We tired of seeing niggas do this WWE nonsense. We need to see some real rap going on here, champ. Yeah. Please slap someone, champ. Please, champ.
Y'all niggas know this. Stop motherfucking playing. Don't think, cause Savage on some positive shit that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all the, nah, this ain't that. Y'all niggas still get y'all ass whooped. Straight up.
Whooped, huh? I ain't gonna lie. Ain't gonna be too many whoopings in 2026. I don't know how many whoopings it's gonna be. Niggas trying to clap things, champ. Niggas is trying to use the blicks, champ. I don't know, gang. Baby Manny says, even my blind ass is tired of seeing all the fake beef. Come on, do it then. There's no point if it don't happen. There you go, champ. There you go. Shorty Nick says, yeah, they did shoot up 1145 Lounge at his show. Yeah, because of the GD stuff. They wasn't jacking the GDK and all that. Yeah. They wasn't jacking it. It wasn't jacking it, bro. It was like, oh, word, GDK, say that, champ. We're about to light up the club, champ. Lucky for Fivio Foreign, he didn't come to that club in time because they definitely lit that joint up. I ain't gonna lie. You heard? Let's continue. What else, champ?
Nigga around that bitch looking for clout, man. Nigga old as hell. Poor as a motherfucker. Talking about who a street nigga in another state. How the fuck can you tell a nigga from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no nigga. What the hell? Y'all niggas ass been wanting to be rappers y'all whole life. Ain't did nothing in the street. Y'all niggas ain't seen enough in the street to even feel how I feel about the street. That's where the disconnect come in at. I don't give a fuck about what your partners done did. I don't give a fuck about what your hood done did. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all as individuals. Y'all niggas ain't did nothing in the street, so y'all don't have no feelings towards me. Y'all ain't cried enough. Y'all ain't lost enough. Straight up. Y'all niggas ass better stick to rapping, man. Oversized niggas, man, nigga.
Oh, Chad. Tell him how you really feel, champ. Yeah, tell him how you really feel, champ. Tell him how you really feel. Now, somebody asked NBA Youngboy about F the streets. He didn't disrespect nobody. He just said, I am the streets. I live the streets. That's all he said, champ. But Fivi took it another place. He said, I don't believe 21 is really street, though. I think that nigga's capping. He said, I don't believe that nigga. I respect it. Let's continue.
Stick a fork in it, bro. Y'all niggas be gangster as a motherfucker in Area 59, man. Remote location ass niggas, man. Nigga ain't seen y'all niggas in 30 years. Y'all niggas keep trying to take the way a nigga words some shit to make it to go at or diss a nigga cause y'all.
Yo, let's be real. 21 just mad because nigga, you try to forgive a rat. So see, here's the problem with what 21 Savage did, champ. You said F the streets all in favor of you trying to collaborate with Gunna and other Atlanta artists collaborating with Gunna, which is a nasty look. I ain't gonna lie. Like, salute to Atlanta. I got people in Atlanta and all that. Atlanta is not soft by any means. So this is not no Atlanta dissing for me, champ. I got nothing against Atlanta. But nigga, you did try to make an excuse called F the streets in order to collaborate with goddamn Gunna. That's not a good look. You trying to collaborate with rats? Nasty work. We don't condone that. That's wild. So you trust rats now? Stino says why he ain't respond to his father's podcast where he said this. He said his mama kept him from his pops. He took his mom's attitude. Oh, champ. Crazy. I forgot all about that. I forgot that happened, champ. Thanks for bringing that up. I forgot. Oh, champ. Oh, champ. King George says 21 is a goofy. Atlanta ain't spooking the city, dog. Oh, man, nobody's scared, champ. But this is not to be technical, this ain't no Atlanta versus New York thing. This is a 21 Savage versus Fivio Foreign thing, or Fivio Foreign versus Atlanta. I ain't gonna lie, because again, when Fivio Foreign try to perform out there, they try to clap up the club because GDK, right? Yeah, let's continue.
Been on it. Ben Hainer. I don't know what the hell y'all niggas motives be. Y'all niggas be acting like y'all want to suck dick. Always talking about another nigga. Y'all bitch ass up, nigga. I take my belt off, nigga. The fuck.
Take your belt off. I don't like that. So you told a nigga to eat Frank and say you gonna take off your belt? That's smooth. So you can't say both. Okay, so you told this nigga, right? Watch this, champ. Do the math. He tell y'all wanna eat Frank, and it says make me take off my belt. That's a supreme pause. Because eating Frank, belt taking off would come with what, champ? That's nasty. That's a nasty combo. That's a nasty combo. Lovely Brick City. Why didn't 21 respond to Youngboy? Because Youngboy didn't disrespect him. I'm gonna be honest. I see what Youngboy said. Youngboy didn't disrespect him, but he ain't scared. Ain't nobody scared of Youngboy though. He got the Youngboy stigma. The Youngboy stigma of people being scared of Youngboy is a lie, bro. Salute to him though, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That gotta stop. Yeah, that nigga's hurt. But saying you gonna take off your belt after telling niggas to eat Frank is nasty work. You heard? Nasty. What are you talking about, bro? Uncle Dust says 21 into BDSM. Hey, who knows what this nigga's into, to be honest. You know what I mean? Nasty word. And NYC Bread says 21 was trying to neck snitches because he was falling off. Mookish. Yo, listen. Trying to big up a rat just because you need sales is disgusting. I ain't gonna hold you. That's nasty. But let's continue. What else, Jan?
Everybody tough now. Fivio Foreign, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Pussy ass nigga.
But guess what? Fivio Foreign returned to fire again. What he said, champ? He came back with fire, champ. He says Fivio Foreign went on Instagram and said, I said what I said. No back and forth with a nigga who said F the streets, nigga. A B E A Frank P at 21 Savage. He added 21 Savage, told him to eat Frank. He told you to eat Frank. I hope y'all see each other soon, champ. Word to it. I hope you niggas see each other very soon, champ. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we tired of seeing fake beef, champ. We need real smoke, champ. Now, Fivi has spoken. Fivi has spoken. Let's get to some more comments. SOB Amen says 21 been rapping for how long? So how much was he in the streets before he started rapping? Like a couple years ago. So what does he know about the streets just because he was a YN for a couple years? I'm not gonna sit up here and say he was a YN for a couple years because that's not true. 21 Savage is a Sex Money Murder member, and he's with 4L Gang. If you know anything about Atlanta, 4L Gang is a very dangerous gang. And his cousin Young Nudie is a part of that too. By the way, and Young Nudie is really with the smoke. Like anyone in Atlanta will tell you that 21 Savage's cousin Young Nudie is with the wreck. You dig? I don't know nothing about 21 Savage and his street stuff, but I know his cousin definitely putting in pain. I don't know about him, champ, but I do know he's blood. That's about it. That's all I know. All I know is that the nigga's blood and live in Atlanta. That's it, champ. I don't know nothing further than that. Harlem 1K says Fivio just mad nobody in the town cared when he got locked up. I'm sure he was mad, but this don't really got nothing to do with him being locked up. I think that he's still mad about the situation where they almost tried to smoke him in Atlanta. That's what I think Fivio was mad at, because that will be the only reason why he just went in on 21 and whoever else. Because again, when he was performing in Atlanta or was supposed to perform in Atlanta at that club in Atlanta, they tried to smoke Fivi because he was shouting out GDK, and Atlanta has a lot of GDs. That's it. Sody Nick says 21 can't hide behind the city. He ain't even safe in it. Oh, champ. He's not safe in his own city? That's not a good look. Say it to his face. I believe Fivi will. I ain't gonna lie. Baby Maddie says, I think going to in 21 each. I don't know what that means. Next comment. Stedo says his cousin don't make him tough, champ. He talking hands. He gotta prove that. That's a fact. I know about your cousin, but I don't know about you, champ. I don't believe that 21 is even in good shape to be throwing hands with anybody, but that's just my opinion, champ. I don't believe 21's hands, champ. I don't believe his hands neither. I ain't gonna lie, I don't believe his hands, champ. We gotta see. Yo, listen, the celebrity boxing matches is happening, right? Okay, so that's a good booking right there. Savage versus Fivi, right? That's a good look, right? Niggas talking about, they want to shoot the 5 and all that. Okay, bet. Set up the boxing match, champ. We got celebrity boxing popping. It seems to be popping more than regular boxing, right? So let's get to that. You know what I'm saying? Get to the ring, champ. Let's see that. Harlem 1K says he been going on these rants since he got locked up. Nah, he has though. But Akademiks asked him about F the streets, and this is what he had to say. So again, I think he's more mad because niggas tried to smoke him in Atlanta versus him being locked up. But that's just how I'm looking at it, right? SOB says 21 was walking the slut walk when his cousin was putting in work. That's also a fact. That's also true, champ. I ain't gonna lie. Uncle Doug says y'all dudes got money. Who cares if someone doesn't think you street, gets more money? Yeah, I don't give a damn if a nigga think I'm street or not. Who cares? I don't care, champ. Yeah, I don't care. Who cares, bro? NYC Brett says you can't say F the streets and stand on business. You already fooled. Yeah, he a bozo. Yeah, he's a bozo. You know what I'm saying? He's a goddamn idiot. I don't believe him. I ain't gonna lie. You heard? Yeah, I don't believe his hands, nigga. I don't believe that nigga's hands at all. Yeah, get in the ring. Y'all get in the ring and settle that shit. It seems like y'all got some unsettled business there. Baby Manny says, sorry, that was autocorrect. I meant to say they both of them need a brick of cheese. Do they? I think 21 need a brick of cheese more than Fivi do. I don't know Fivi, but I got more faith in Fivi than I do 21. I'm just gonna be honest. Salute to Southside Demon in the chat. Harlem 1K says he dissed the GDs in Chicago in that interview too. He just putting a target on his back. See, that's why, and this is what I'm talking about, right? He's only a bozo because why are you dissing the GDs in general? So you dissing the GDs in Chicago and you dissing the GDs in Brooklyn. And to be technical, you dissing all the GDs. Now remember, what's bro's name who is King Von's cousin who got locked up in New York? I forgot his name. I can't think of bro's name right now. But King Von's cousin, right? I forgot, but he got caught with a extendo in Queens, got locked up in Rikers Island for a little bit. He's free now, but he got booked for having that in the whip and all that in the Uber. Forgot bro's name already. But he was in Rikers Island, and he had to tell the GD niggas in Rikers Island that when he dissed GDs, he's talking about the Chicago GDs specifically, not the GDs in New York or GDs worldwide. And I guess they gave him a pass, shit. All right, I forgot bro's name. I usually would remember, but that's King Von cousin. You dig? But here goes Fivi talking about he dissing Chicago GDs, which is stupid because nigga, you're not in Chicago. Uncle This says, let's be real. Most of these rappers don't have hands, and that's okay. Just don't talk greasy. That's also true. Also fact. Listen, y'all on dope. Y'all doing dope. You niggas are not exercising. Y'all not gonna hurt nobody, chat. If you do, somebody else, maybe your security team, maybe somebody on your team that's on nonsense to do something, but there's a high chance, they're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Harlem 1K says, I never liked Fivio. I was a Pop Smoke fan. I always thought he was a lot of people think Fivio Foreign is a clown. Listen, I ain't the biggest Fivi fan my damn self. I'm gonna keep it a G with y'all. I ain't no Fivio Foreign fan, bro. But I might side with him here. Maybe. Baby Maddie says, I'm not talking about Fivio. I'm talking about 21 and Gunna. Oh, okay. Southside Demon Time says Cowboys. No, it's not Cowboy. It's not Cowboy. It ain't Cowboy. It's somebody else. It's not Cowboy. I'm gonna tell you who it is in a second. But it's not Cowboy. Who is this? It's not Cowboy. It's the other nigga. God, what's his name? I'm gonna tell y'all in a second. Rapper arrested in Uber in Queens. Little Zay Osama. That's who it is. I know it was Little Zay Osama. That's his name. That's who it was. Lil Zay Osama. It's him. It's him, chin. Salute to Triple O Skrilla in the chat. Limitless says it crazy. None of you will even press the like button. It costs you nothing. Hey, y'all gotta hit the like shit. I forgot about the like. Y'all gotta run up these likes. It's important, shit. It is very important that you hit that like. This is nasty work though. Like, somebody better do something, because this is crazy. This is insane, all champ. So we only got 37 likes, gang? Yo, listen. We gotta get the likes up higher. We gotta get the likes up higher, champ. Higher, all champ. Certified Active says Vaughn and Fivio did the song years ago. He been sent GDK. The Gangster Disciple was a GD worldwide. Yeah, but when people diss people, right? So for example, if you're in a gang, right? Just because you diss a certain group doesn't mean you dissing every single group of that gang everywhere. You might just be dissing gangs within your region. You're not necessarily dissing the gangs in other states because, again, there's other politics. For example, the Bloods in New York is nowhere near the same as the Bloods in LA. That's two different Bloods, to be honest. It's nowhere near the same. It's different politics. It's different. It's not the same. Crips in New York is nowhere near the same as Crips in LA. It's different. Different politics. Atlanta, listen, you got Atlanta banging New York blood sets. Guess what? They politics is different than will go on in New York. As a matter of fact, the Bloods in Atlanta, those gangs that they jacking is barely even active in New York because New York got a whole different set of Bloods right now that's controlling the streets. So it's different. It ain't the same. So you just gotta understand that just because a nigga say GDK don't necessarily mean that he's dissing every single GD in the world, champ. But Fivi is a bozo because nigga, you dissing every GD. Said, oh, so you're gonna get yourself clapped one day. You know what I'm saying? NYC Bread said you link with snitches for a feature. You worse. At least they FaceTime you just broke. It's betraying all our men behind enemy lines with shut mouths. Yeah, so 21 Savage trying to make peace with Gunna is nasty work because why in the world would you be trying to peace up with a rat? So what Fivio Foreign is saying is not wrong because how are you a street nigga but you trying to make peace with a rat? That's crazy. That's disgusting. So you trying to make peace with somebody who is someone who will definitely snake you and not trustworthy, nigga. This nigga probably still cooperating and you want to do music with this guy? You're a bozo. You're a bozo. That doesn't make sense. That's stupid. Baby Maddie says, I don't understand why he would diss people in another city. That just makes it harder for you to go there, especially if you're not from there. Yeah, that's bozo behavior. Shouldn't have did that, champ. You were King Von, champ. A crash out. King Von was a crash out, a menace to society, a terrible individual, champ. Whatever happened to King Von, he was looking for it. I'ma just say that, champ. I will not be the one to say I miss King Von or rest in peace, King. Nigga, King Von wanted to go where he was going. Right? Yeah, King Von is just a goddamn degenerate who was bloodthirsty. And you know what happens to people like King Von, champ? Exactly what happened to him. Just saying. So you ain't gonna see no, I don't feel bad for King Von at all, because I know exactly what King Von was on. NYC Brits has different politics, but they still stand up. They are connected, East and West, at least a little. I don't know, champ. Yo, listen. These cities ain't as connected as people think. I'ma just say that. Because truth be told, niggas don't really rock with each other like that. See, niggas might think niggas is connected. It ain't what you think it is, because a lot of niggas out west don't like the New York gangbanging at all. And a lot of New York don't like West Coast gangbanging at all. As a matter of fact, when Crippin' and when being a Crip and being a Blood was peak in New York, if you was jacking any West Coast sets, you was in trouble, I ain't gonna lie. You had to fight for your life. Because a lot of them New York gangs at the time, at the peak of this blooded and crippin' in New York City, I mean peak when things was too crazy, out of control. You couldn't have a Colombian flag. You couldn't wear this color, that color. At those times, bro, you couldn't jack no West Coast sets. So it really ain't that much connecting as you think. Because the niggas jacking the West Coast sets in New York City at the time when the UBN, all the New York Bloods was popping it off and all that, it was a problem, bro. It was a big problem. So connection ain't as crazy as you think, champ. And there's a lot of niggas out west who do not rock with New York gangbanging. Harlem on cases, niggas don't even have the same energy for their ops in their own cities. Ooh, making a point, champ. I ain't gonna lie. Making a point, champ. David says 21 Goofy is literally cosplaying a nigga from America. F out of it. Nah, he from. Listen, respectfully, right? Here's what I'm gonna say. 21 Savage not cosplaying because 21 Savage spent most of his time in America. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like 21 is pretending to be American. That's not true. That's a lie. Because he lived in America for most of his life, bro. So I'm not gonna be the guy to do that. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not with none of that FBA nonsense because it's nonsense. And people are following a grifting scammer that I know people who know him. I'm not with none of that nonsense, bro. I don't really care for it, to be honest. Like, I rock with everybody. I'm not with no separation of Americans and all that nonsense because I rock with people all over the world. I got homies in London all over the place that's really like that. Like, really like that. So, I ain't with no separation. But 21 Savage ain't cosplaying. That's just not true. It's a lie. Now, is he a bozo? Yes, he's a bozo because he wants to be cool with Gunna. But saying 21 Savage is cosplaying as an American is a lie. It's not true. He grew up in America. You know what I'm saying? Harlem on cases, LA don't rock with us. They hate NY the most. Listen, there's people who rock with New York, but just know when it comes to the gang politics, not everybody is fond of the New York gangbang. And the same goes for Chicago and all that. Chicago don't like the fact that there's GDs in other states. There's people who don't like the fact that New York has drill rap because drill rap started in Chicago. They don't like New York. This is just another fact. I know people in Chicago who hate New York because they doing drill music or they had more success in drill music than a lot of them had. So there's all types of the same things going on in different areas and regions. You dig? NYC Bread says if you are outright disrespecting a blood anywhere in front of an NYC blood, you are gambling. It's not smart. It's not smart at all. All in one case is Savage be with them real Brooklyn Savages. Ask Mr. Ruggs. That's good for him. But he has to fight for himself. You feel me? Here's my problem with certain individuals who gangbang, like Jim Jones and all that. These guys are not on nothing by themselves. These niggas depending on other niggas for protection. They can't protect themselves. If you are a scary guy, if you are depending on a gang for protection, you're a cornball. You're not tough. You're just a cornball, to be honest. So you rolling with a gang because you think you're safe. Because you can't fight your own battles, you're a cornball. If that's your premise for being in the gang, then you're a cornball, bro. Nigga in the gang for protection, but he can't fight for himself. He's scared. He's scared to be Dolo, a lone wolf. He's scared. You're a cornball, bro. You can't even fend for yourself, so you need to join the gang. It's cornball behavior. There's a lot of niggas like that too. And not everybody's like that on the gang, but for those individuals, the Jim Joneses of the world, yeah, you corny, bro. Bobby Cushington says, I never heard the news on the course identify anyone as a tether. That's because it ain't real. That's for the internet. Yo, bro, I never see nobody outside call nobody a tether neither. That's just some internet stuff, bro. That's internet stuff. MIC Bread says, we don't even respect many regions. There you go. When New York first created hip-hop, they didn't respect everybody else doing it outside of New York. Hey, the Bronx got mad when Queens started doing it, right? That's just how it went. Bronx got mad when Queens started rapping and everybody else started rapping, saying, hey, this is ours. And then niggas out of state started rapping, and then the whole New York banded together to say F everybody else who's trying to rap because only New York is rapping. You know what I'm saying? 24 says, I'm from the UK and we've emulated much of New York fashion and lingo from Air Force Ones to Timbs. Yeah. But London is crazy, y'all. London is a wild. I hear a lot of people say that you know, that London ain't like that. Don't go to London, champ. They are active out there. They get crazy out there, champ. A lot of people don't leave where they at, and they think that everywhere else is soft. I hate to break it to you, champ, but you will have a very nasty awakening going to these other places thinking everything is sweet. There's some real demons out there, champ. People really on nonsense. NYC Bread says NYC is the Mecca and LA is unquestionably sturdy. We both stand tall. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even consider Jim Jones part of that. But that's just me. He makes it look watered down and stupid. Nah, he's really a non-trade Billy Badass, but that don't mean that he's tough because of it. Plenty of people in gangs that's not crazy, bro. There's so many people in gangs that are not crazy, but there's also crazy people in gangs too. But this whole Fivio Foreign and 21 Savage beef fiasco was getting crazy, man. Are these guys gonna take it to the ring? What's gonna happen? Is 21 Savage or Fivi gonna see each other anytime soon? I don't know. I don't think Fivio Foreign is going to Atlanta, and he probably shouldn't, because the last time Fivi was in Atlanta, things got too crazy. He almost lost his life in Atlanta because of all that GDK stuff. You feel me? Harlem OK says Capo definitely got ranked. People just don't like his antics. He got ranked, but he's still a bozo. He got ranked, but he's still a bozo. Yo, listen. There was two individuals who called out Jim Jones for the fade in the last couple of years. Dame Dash being one, and Mandu Warrior being the second. Mandu Warrior is a known person in New York City, especially in the prison system. Mandu Warrior told Jimmy that he wanted to shoot the one on his block last year. He said, listen, we can fight on your block. If I beat you, you got to drop your flag. And he could do that because he's an OG Billy. Mandu Warrior is an OG Billy, and he knows the person that put Jimmy on to non-trade. So Mandu Warrior told Jim, you could fight in Harlem, and if I win, you have to drop your flag. Do you think Jimmy took up that offer? No, he didn't. He just told the man to eat Frank. That's it. He was playing games online saying, I don't know you eat Frank. So I don't know you eat Frank. All right, bet. OG Billy pressing Jimmy's line, right? Jimmy has nasty ways, champ. I don't know how tough he actually is. NYC Brett said London is like that. They a lot like NYC. Real talk. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they a lot like NYC. There's nowhere that's a lot like NYC, to be honest. NYC is NYC. Ain't no a lot like NYC. If you ain't been to NYC, there's nothing that's a lot like NYC, bro. I'll be honest. Everywhere is different, and it has its own special way. There is no place like New York City. Please believe. Ain't nothing like New York, bro. I'm telling you. London is London. That's what London is, champ. A1 Zebra says Jim Jones does be clowning sometimes, making us look bad. Sometimes or all the time? For me, it's all the time. Jimmy's being a goddamn bozo, nigga. It's nasty work. What he's doing is nasty, bro. Baby Maddie says, I think it's funny that people think Canada is soft. Certain people make it look soft, but there's certain parts that I don't want to get caught in. I mean, that's anywhere you go. When you gotta say you tough, then you really not tough, LOL. There you go. But look, gang, I need y'all to hit up that like, smash the like. Let me know how you feel about this madness in the comments. What is the come of this random smoke that happened yesterday, man? What's the come of this, man? Is 21 gonna see Fivi? Is Fivi gonna see 21? It's gonna look crazy, man. But look, I need y'all to hit the like, hit the hype button when the video's done. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. But one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor. Doing it only with New York Mayor F. Mom Donnie, and you rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham. You already know it's the town versus everybody at all times, man. Run these lights up, gang. I'm up out of here. Salute.